What is going on, everyone? My name's Boy, and I'm back with some more Age Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the red color, playing as Hades. His name is Domantas. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Set. His name is Brickhead. And you know what? If you're watching this game and you have no idea who I am, well, I mean, you can just look at the bottom here and you can just see Chrono JJ. So I'm actually Chrono JJ today. Might have said I'm Boyd. I have no recollection of what's going on in my current existence because my brain is fried. But that just makes for some really silly things that are probably going to be said on mic, and I'm sure that that'll be funny enough as it is. I actually did this shoutcast last night, started the series last night, and then I died of like I was just like, I can't keep my eyeballs open. It's like 10 p.m. and I'm falling asleep. So I decided to say I'll finish it off the next night, which is why I'm here, ready to do this series. So Brickhead won the first game. I have no recollection of what happened because honestly, I'm just somewhere else in this world, and that's good. It's good. It's happy. It's fun. It's good. And we do see Brickhead changing things up. I'm pretty sure he played Odin there in that first game. Oh, no, I remember it now. It's all coming back to me. Had Borderlands. We had Brickhead somehow not throwing the game after trying so very, very hard and winning it in the end. And he is picking the set here on Watering Hole, which is a little bit peculiar considering how strong Thor and Odin are on this map, especially against something like Hades, which is very, very defensive here. What is going on here? Why can't I see things? That's better. That's better. Don't want to be Chrono JJ anymore. Had enough of that. On to player 4, where I should be normally. And we do see a little bit of harass over here. The scout has spotted something going on. I'm not sure. He was trying to kill the hyena or set hyena, so it should have returned back to the base. Need to scout those side positions there. There is 2 rhinoceros for Brickhead, so that's nice. That's nice for him. And I think generally speaking here, Set likes to go for a fast classical age, like 4 minutes, and grab a middle town center. We see the rhinoceros getting brought in here. He will be. Oh, he's going to lose the villager. Run to the tower. The rhinos are too fierce. No, I got it wrong. It's kind of just a really giant boar. That's what a rhinoceros is. That's all it is. Just a giant boar. I will see if he heals that one back up. It seems to be something some people do. Interesting adaptation here on this build order. Bringing a bunch of villagers over onto food and then empowering this temple. How much food does he have? He's got not enough. Not enough to advance even with this temple getting up. I'm not sure about this at all. But he's going for it, and such is life here. Domantas, on the other hand, throwing up his temple. He's got a very nice defensive position, very Hades-like. He's going to grab this second town center and be very happy with himself. One wall here will make it very, very safe for him. Relics on the map, we do see one over here, is the Tower of Cestus. Good, strong relic there. And we also have the nose of the Sphinx here. Another relic that will add that into the Hades, and you get some... You got some strong buildings. It's going to be difficult for Brickhead to do any sort of timing pushes or something like that. And there's the classical age, 320. And I think, honestly, this temple could have gone up with a few less villagers. Or he could have just done the build order a little bit more efficiently. This is the thing that's getting me about Set players. And I haven't had a lot of time to complain about it because there really hasn't been that many since 4.0. But the build order for Set in the early game just makes no sense. People put like 6 villagers over to food straight away when they could go like 3 villagers to food, 3 villagers to gold, get 100 gold for the temple, have a villager be building the temple by 2 minutes or something, and then you only have to have 1 villager on that temple instead of having 3, and you just get more resources. Not only that, gold gathers faster than food, so getting it earlier makes more sense, and you're not going to have any issues there. And there's the granary coming up for Brickhead. He's almost in the classic legend. We see Domantas going for the Athena. He's got 6 gold, 6 wood, the rest food. 1 favor, going to be wanting to get that Chiron out at some point, but these villagers on the gold will probably make their way over this town center. And honestly, surprised to see Brickhead shifting sets. He's grabbing a forward town center. There's some nice hunt here. A couple of hippopotamus on the bottom, and this is good for him. We do see the villager checking out this town center nice and early, making sure that Brickhead's not taking that one, but no, he's down to shifting sands for Brickhead. Domantas is obviously still going to have his restoration to use, and the Catastropus spots this town center shooting up. You cannot deny this town center. Even, well, maybe if he went 415 and made an immediate Chiron and then delayed the Ajax, he may be able to get some pressure on there. But this is looking good for Brickhead here. Throwing up the granary. Surprised to see him not going after the hippopotamus first, but obviously they are a little bit safer to eat. You can bring them under the town center and be totally fine now. Do we see the armory coming up? No armory just yet for Brickhead. Town center is on the way for Domantas. Without the Pharaoh empowering these Greek villagers, even though they are the fastest builders, tied with Ulfsarks, I think, or Norse infantry. They don't shoot this town center up very fast at all compared to the Pharaoh bonus there. But such is life. Minotaur checking out this side, just making sure there is no cheeky wall shenanigans early, making sure there's nothing that can happen to him in that location there. Big part of the water here, though, is going to be key. And if I'm Domantas here, I say I'm going to rush Heroic. I'm going to rush Mythic Age. Play super defensive, lots of Toxotes, make a couple of a stable, go full population, maybe make about 20 military units, full population villages, and try and just rush my way to the Mythic Age and make some naval auxiliaries, or get that technology and make some siege ships, some juggernauts, and then you control this town center and this town center. If you control this side of the water, it's very, very important here. Not only that, look at this town center. This town center is also in the range of water. And I think so is this town center here in this range of water. So one little lake here does secure or does prevent a town center up here. Whereas this lake here just prevents 3 town centers from being up here. So we'll see if these guys notice that or not. And we do see Brickhead happily spamming out some stuff, trying to make some slingers out to deal with the Toxotes. There's the stable up for Domantas, spamming out his villages. He's got some decent hunt, but he's going to have to somehow secure this hunt over here if he really wants to do anything useful with his 2 town centers. Farming early against all of this hunt, it can be very, very bad. And now we see the army of Domantas coming out. Pharaoh sitting in the back does get one of those water buffalo does get sniped there before retreating back. Ajax and Chiron coming in. Got to get those slingers to target the Toxotes. He does manage to do so. Getting some big value there. That's a lot of animals there. Surprised to see he hasn't gotten feral, because they could live for quite some time with feral. I think it gives something crazy. Extra pierce and hack, vulnerability, plus hit points, plus damage. So strong upgrade there. And there's the villagers turning around. Do pick off the water buffalo. Throwing up another granary just to be nice and efficient. You can see the Norse in Brickhead is coming strong. Look at all these dead animals here. Feeling good, feeling fancy, fresh. There's the stable up. He's got archer range, stable, and he's checking up. Oh, he's got elephant up in this corner. He has actually got hunt for days here. I completely missed that. So he's still got all these gazelle. He's got a couple of pigs in his base here. So he should be totally fine. However, he's fighting here, which I don't like. It looks like he hasn't really noticed the value of this water just yet. I feel like he does not need to fight, does not need to be wasting units, and just booming here and rushing Mythic Age is the answer. And honestly, if Brickhead does the same thing, he gets just as much value out of staying 2 town centers and rushing Mythic Age and then going in for those naval auxiliaries, siege ships. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes. Brickhead now moving back in, going to attempt to pick off some of these Domantas units. He does have a little bit of an advantage here. If we check out his population, it's 108 for Brickhead to only 73 for Domantas. He seems to be lagging behind on the production here. Obviously, the Egyptian player does build faster because these spearmen are 9 seconds and the slingers are 14 seconds. So, as opposed to the 20-second Hippocon and I think 14-second Toxo, 15-second Toxo. So even the slingers try and touch faster than the Toxos. I think that they're actually even more fast because, negative 20% training time because of the set ability there. So those slingers pop out very, very quickly indeed. Now there's the armory coming up. Brickhead's full population. He needs to throw up another house, though. He's short one house. There it is. Minotaur going to come in and harass these villagers on this location here. That's a little bit of an issue for him. He needs to get a pharaoh over there or a priest. And his priest is in his army, chilling over here. The villager does make a break for it. And the Minotaur getting a lot of value out of this. As Brickhead's not reacting at all. Bit strange, but, you know, such is life. Chops through that villager and more are going to be dying as Brickhead is just AFK, just drinking his tea. Now, the fight coming in, there is a restoration that can be used here. I'm pretty sure this Egyptian army is way too strong. And now Brickhead going to be treating when the restoration comes through. Lots of very aggressive villagers on this location here. And at this point, Brickhead's probably short a barracks. He needs another barracks to get those spearmen out. And he needs to stop building slingers here. So spearmen, he's got enough slingers to deal with this, but not enough spearmen to kind of defend his spearmen. So I see slingers. I can't speak. It's too hard. Can't get the words out. Just watch me suffer. And the villagers here, he should probably just start fighting with them a little bit. But it's a little bit. I mean, Brickhead does not need to be fighting this. This is a big win here for Domantas. But Domantas is letting this Wadget get so much damage done. Meanwhile, these slingers could be sitting underneath the town center fire here. But he's just fighting after this gold mine when he's got gold mine. He's got gold mine. He's got gold mine. He's got gold mine. He's just like endless supplies of gold mines here. Meanwhile, the Pharaoh and the Minotaur and the Pharaoh and the priest take down the Minotaur. And Brickhead's somehow just thrown away his position. That restoration came in very, very clutch there. And he's got idle units over here. It's looking like just living the dream here. He's finally eating these hippopotamus. He's eating all this hunt here. Just very fat villagers for sure. And we don't see any heroic age just yet. Brickhead very far away from that. He's not building any units anymore. He is getting out, or he was getting out medium spearmen, but he decides against it. Here we've gone checking out town centers, making sure nothing's going up. I like this Catastropus position. 2 HP on it though, so it can get sniped fairly easily. And I think we got, there's the Nephthys coming through. Do we see an Apollo? Not yet. I don't even know if I'd mind going Aphrodite here as an option for Domantas. The underworld obviously quite strong, but the whole idea behind it is to get a surprise attack onto back town center. And if you get all this value on the water from the siege ships, you don't need it. Maybe the curse will do so much damage because these are low HP units. Nice raid here onto these villages. He's going to attempt to get some. He does manage to. Maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe none. Oh, 2. Oh, Hippocon doesn't hit the right one there. Feels bad. Feels bad. And there's the Migdol Stronghold coming out for Brickhead. We've got Apollo on the way for Domantas. Market's in the corner for Brickhead. It's actually, well, I think it's actually better to go in this corner than over here. Yes, the diagonal here is probably a little bit further, but the actual distance is from the town center to the market. It's not a straight line because you have to go straight through the water. So the camel caravan's actually walking a little bit longer, a little bit, even though they get a little bit more gold on the trip, they're a little bit less efficient because they have to walk a bit further. Something to just keep in mind. I'm not sure exactly what's better, but I would assume that most of the time when they're not a straight line or straightish line, it's probably not that good to go for the slightly further destination. I don't think the advantage would be there. But anyways, Domantas is still running around with these Hippocon, taking some damage from the Migdol there because Chiron's slowing him down. No, he's not. 5.5 speed. I tell a lie. There's the Apollo. Third town center coming up now for Brickhead as Domantas is definitely going to be getting to the next stage. There's the slingers though. You can see they go up to 17 range now on the heavy slingers. They start being very, very useful indeed. And there's a fourth town center at the same time for Brickhead. So pretty disrespectful of the water at this point. Obviously can throw up some docks and make some pentacontas or some ramming galleys. Pentacontas are Greek. Ramming galleys are Egyptian. I'll get it right at some point in my life. But he might go for those docks, but in the heroic age to defend, he hasn't thrown them up yet. He could do it. We do see. Ooh. Priests getting targeted here. Ooh. Scorpion Man coming over, hitting these Hippocon, and now Brickhead's feeling like he's got some sort of an advantage here. Do we see Domantas going to the next stage? Not just yet, losing a lot of units here. Scorpion Man does so much damage to these Hippocon. It's just not fair. I thought that was a Chiron. He still doesn't have it. Achilles is coming out, though, to deal with that one. We've got the War Elephant in the back here. Going to be dealing some damage as well. The Slingers have been surrounded here, but all those Toxotes have fallen. Now Pharaoh coming in here. Going to come in and try and deal with that Manticore there as the Achilles comes in. The Hippocon immediately jump onto that Pharaoh. And Brickhead's going to have to get out of here. Still making those War Elephants. I do prefer camelry, just pure camelry in this matchup with this situation here against this army. Camelry and Slingers would do fairly nicely. Or even just go for straight Spearmen. You don't even need to worry about it, but he's still making Spearmen. Making some camelry. They can distract a little bit. Bit of an interesting thing there. There's the Artemis now for Domantas. So I don't mind the Artemis either. Hephaestus, Artemis. Both good choices. Can send some units over here onto this town center to earthquake it while he throws the docks up here, but still hasn't done that. In fact, he's throwing up a fortress here, which is a little bit interesting. Meanwhile, we've got the cavalry coming in, checking this location out. Looking for some raids. Brickhead almost clicking up as well, realizing how important the Mythic Age is going to be in this map. But just going to be a little bit behind. He'll probably go through Horus here. One thing that Set does lack against the Greek is the Osiris. So Domantas going through Artemis or Hephaestus means that either Chimera or Colossus is going to be a really hard thing for the Set player to deal with. That being said, if you go through Nephthys, which he has done, you will get access to the funeral rites in order to pick them off fairly fast. But you do have to put a fair amount of resources into it. Now we could see an Ancestors get chucked down here. We do see the Ancestors. There it is. Oh, it's down here, though, hitting the gold villages. And if this was Ancestors Eclipse, it would be a different story. But Ancestors just does no damage. Look how little damage these Ancestors do to these villages. And Domantas hasn't even reacted to it. In fact, he sees that the Ancestors is up, and he hasn't even moved these villages away. That's absolutely huge. There's the Artemis there. The villagers do finally start making their way back. Imagine if that was an Ancestors Eclipse there. There's the Chimera coming in. That's going to be very, very scary. We do see Horus coming in. Heavy Spearman for Brickhead. He's going to have to get out more priests and get funeral rites. Does he have it? He does not. I don't even think he's got hands at the Pharaoh yet. But the Chimera does die eventually if you attack it enough. But it'll use its special ability and kill all your units. There's the Earthquake on this location. A little bit confused about why he did it here, considering, I mean, he still hasn't put the docks up, I guess, so he hasn't even thought about going for naval auxiliaries. Or when he loses the Migdol as well, only one military building up for Brickhead right now. Just your classic Norse player. I hate building things. There's another Migdol Stronghold coming up for Brickhead, but this is a big timing now for Domantas to play with. How much favor does he have? He's got 30 favor, so enough to get one of the two Horus technologies into the Spearman here. He just loses all of those units there. Look at the population now. 103 to 140. Domantas is just so far in front right now. And he has to spam out Mercenary to defend this one. The Mercenary are a good option at this point. Not very many armory upgrades, and you can just see the difference in the armor. Oh, and the Hill Fort goes down. Oh, sorry, Migdol Stronghold goes down just as it goes up. Now the Avenger and those Rhinoceros of Set coming in here. Pharaoh's here to help rebuild. And we do see Domantas putting this town center up. So this game may go very, very long here because it's looking like Domantas isn't trying to push here, which he should be doing. He should have some heroes out. As soon as you see the Horus, you got to queue out Perseus to deal with the Avenger. And there's the Tornado coming down. Will deny this town center? No. Doesn't deal damage to a building there, of course. Everybody should know that. Meanwhile, the Avenger taking some damage. And the Tornado coming over to pick off some villagers. Does manage to get them. Look at him go, and he does deny the town center for the time being. But was that worth it at all? Not sure. Not sure about that one. Not sure at all. Do you see that? Look at those building hit points here. 1860. Town center's 5,040. That's a ridiculous amount of HP there. Town center's still trying to go up. Avenger can just one hit this though. Attack the villager. Nope. Okay. Okay, we kill the town center. We then leave. Have we got upgrades for these yet? Spin? Nope. Nope. No upgrades. Avenger doing peak damage though. This is sort of like what happens to Brickhead, except now with the Avenger, you should retreat this and heal it back up. 24 HP. The Pharaoh's just here. Does not manage to do so. More villagers returning to this location. Wonder if Brickhead spams out animals of set here. Get a bunch of rhino. 6 favor. Huge tanks. But he's not going for it. He's spamming out slingers though. Hate to see it. Siege tower onto the town center. Another chimera coming in though. It's going to be terrifying. And then the Pharaoh gets picked off instantly here, I reckon. But the town center has been denied. Still no dock. Both player maybe agreeing to a little friendly here. And oh, there's the Brickhead resign. GG, well played by Domantas. It looks like Brickhead just kind of gave up here. I mean, he had options of this water to siege this, and we already see that Domantas is doing the same thing to him. A little bit late, but he's doing it. Man, that would be really difficult for him to defend. So he was going to lose that anyways. So the resign, fine, but no attempt on the water does hurt me for Brickhead here. But that's fine. Does not do it. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow button on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.